And good evening from Atlanta Hartsfield. Hey, thoughts and prayers go out tonight for those families, pilots impacted in Louisville tonight. Man, what a horrendous, um, just tragic event there, and I'm sure we'll learn more. I don't claim to be an expert on whatever happened, and so just hang tight, and I'm sure we'll know more in the next few days about what happened there. So NTSB does their part. We're going to be flying out of Atlanta tonight. We're going to Chicago Midway. It's not a long flight necessarily. It's about an hour and 57 minutes, and we're going to be flying it on the 777 tonight. The 777-200ER flight factor, and see if we can have a nice quiet flight here. By the way, we're not going to start out cold and dark completely. I've already got everything kind of fired up. Let's see, we'll cut that back a little bit. And we're to the point I'm going to go ahead and do the load part of this, and then we'll do the upper panel. So I'm going to do a simplified load tonight also. Let me pull up my information here. And so we're going to go to our external services. Confuse myself. Navigraph, and we'll just get it from SimBrief. Okay. Okay, in our briefing, flight plan overview. Should have all of our information in there. Yeah, there's our route. We will be hand entering our route here shortly. Okay. Let's go to airplane. And by the way, something you have to do on the 777, and I know some of you out there like flying it, is normally you always have to start out by making contact with your purser and your ground personnel via the radio, and then after that you're able to request things from them. Got a drink of coffee there. Okay. Let's go to on ground services. You saw I have everything kind of going on the outside, but I'm going to go ahead and fill from SimBrief the information here. Fuel planning. Let me go back here. And let's fill these out just for our own familiarity. Pull it up here. So our trip fuel on this run is, let me see, 21,413. Okay, these are set. Okay, I'm looking at kilograms. My information here is in pounds. Okay, hold on. Let me reconcile this real quick. I'm going to go back to simplified for a minute. The loading page. To load 856, I'd say so. Everything is in kilograms. And my flight plan's in pounds, making things difficult for myself. Let's go ahead and do a simultaneous full load.
Sir, they brought a new load sheet.
Where it goes. So we know our load's correct. So we've got 22,714 kilograms for our passenger load, 856 kilograms. Catering cargo is 8,979 kilograms, and fuel load is 19,763. Okay, we're good.
Would you please send a fuel sample to test the freezing point?
Yes. You should have the answer within 2 or 3 hours. We'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. With that in mind, let's go ahead and
Yes, sir?
get rid of our
Please
equipment.
disconnect the passenger boarding stairs.
Got it. Yes, sir? As quickly as I can. Yes, sir? On it, sir. Yes, sir? Certainly. How can I help you? Sure.
There's another quick way to do it too. I'll show you in a minute. Let's see.
I am here.
Please disconnect the passenger boarding stairs.
Gladly.
Go. Go to airplane captain's commands. Remove all ground equipment.
Please remove all ground equipment.
Sure I can.
Close all hatches. We are ready to pressurize.
Just let the personnel know. Pressurize.
Okay. By the way, the one thing, if you ever try to remove everything before you are on the APU, it'll fuss at you. Okay. Let's go to, oh, my fault. Okay, we've got our route there. All right. We're going to go to a net ref. Referenced airports KATL. And we are at a specific gate here. See if it'll let me put it in. I'm not sure. C41. No, it's not. What if I just put C? No. Not gonna cooperate there. Okay, so our GPS position we'll use right here. Okay. For route, we're gonna say KATL, and we're heading to Midway. KMDW. I'm not sure I could put in a company route for this because I'm not sure it will show up. So if I could put in KTL, KMDW, what would happen if I did that? Absolutely nothing. Alright, we'll have to manually put it in, and that's fine. So we're going out tonight on 08 right if all goes well. Hey Brian, can you go ahead and get our IFR clearance from departure?
I'll get our IFR clearance from clearance on 118.1.
Atlanta clearance, Delta 2417. Heavy, we'd like to receive our IFR clearance, and we have Yankee.
Clearance on request, you're number 1. Delta 2417. Heavy Atlanta clearance cleared to Midway via the Varnum 2 departure. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 380 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.600 squawk 5255. And I know it's not what you filed, but you can expect runway 27 right.
27 right, that's okay. I can do that. Do not mind that at all. Okay, 27 right, we're in. Two seven right on the Varn. And respect. Okay. And then we'll do a arrival at 13 left, ILS. We're not doing an RNAV. So what we'll do is I've got ILS 13 center. Here's the thing about that 13 center. I do not see 13 center on here. I have 13 right. We go back to that. That says ILS is 13 center, but that's not an option for me. How about ILS 04 right? That's Fisk and Dros. Well, we'll leave that be for now. Alright, I'm going to try to do this on the root side here. We'll see if it works. It's got a direct to IIU. And then it's got a direct to DROS. DROSE. Okay, can't get that. I can't fix that there. So I'm gonna go here.
Requesting IFR clearance to Memphis.
I'll have your clearance in just a second. Atlanta clearance, Delta 1035, IFR to Chicago O'Hare.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Okay, so it looks like we have a straight shot all the way to DROS. We come out on World Varnum. Sea Park, yeah, Impasse, Zealand, World. Then we have Varnum. Kind of a long shot there with then RESPA and then IIU. Yep, IIU. And then I have DROS. It is not in the database. Okay, alright. If DROS isn't there, I have, let's see, Trolley. I'm making sure I'm spelling that right. DROSE doesn't show. So we're gonna move to Trolley. There we go. And then from Trolley, we're going to Gotney. G-O-T-N-E. And then from there, we're going to wipe out that discontinuity.
Southwest 365, request IFR clearance to Washington, and I have X-ray. Okay, cleared to Washington National via the Jet 2 department as file. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect a 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.6, squawk 5645. And we'll expect runway 27 right. Southwest 365.
Southwest 365, read back correct. On that clearance, stand by.
Right, we're going to switch this over to plan. We're going to go to leg, and let's walk through this. So let's step through it. There is impasse, Zealand, World, Varnum, Respect, IIU, Trolley, Gotney, Fisk, Veek, Ozzy, Azumo, Haley, Oleg. Things get a little confusing here, but let's see. We're coming in on 04 right. Tinley. Okay, that's down to our go around. Okay. I think we're covered. Okay. All right, let's get Durrell weights. I think our fuel is still okay. I think we're burning some APU fuel, but I'm okay with that. Right. Our ZFW kilograms is 176.8.
Delta 2940, request IFR clearance.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
Atlanta clearance, Delta 1864, heavy request IFR clearance, Tango Lima, Papa Lima.
Our reserves are 17.4. Cruise altitude is 380. And our cost index is 135. I'm disagreeing on the insufficiency of fuel, and we may have to go and check if it's because of the discrepancy in the kilograms to pounds. Alright, we're on flaps 5. Our MT thrust is 4.8. Our center of gravity is 27.8. Takeoff winds are 285 at 4. And our temp is 13. Now we'll go back and add in those V speeds. 126, 133, 144, and 144. I'll go here. And our heading will be set to our takeoff runway.
Clearance to Myrtle Beach. Clear to Myrtle Beach via the Gary 2 departure, then it's filed. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect flight level 370, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.6, squawk 3345. And we'll expect runway 27 right this morning. Thanks. Delta 3047.
Atlanta clearance, good morning. Delta 2960, ready for clearance to Minneapolis.
Brian, you're in charge of all comms on this flight.
I've got the comms, Steve. We're cleared to Midway via the Varnum 2 departure. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 380 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.600, squawk 5,255. Expect runway 27 right.
All right, and let's get our purser
How can I help you?
to ensure all doors are closed.
Close doors.
Of course, sir.
One last thing I needed to check is our 4.5 is our trim.
I would like to remind you the no smoking sign is off.
Got it. We're with you. We haven't gone through the upper panel anyway. We're not there yet. Okay. Let's go through it. Set these off. We're going to set these off in rows. Okay. The first row is done. They get some heat on the windows. We don't want to be fogging up, and hydraulics. Sign set to auto.
Why am I catching a stray?
Okay.
Atlanta clearance, Delta 2112 with information Tango. IFR clearance to Cincinnati.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Packs are set to auto.
Delta 1056, so I can pick up my IFR, Columbia Metropolitan Airport with information Tango.
Okay. Brian, would you get our pushback and start clearance, please?
Requesting pushback and start clearance now.
30.31.
Atlanta ground, Delta 2417 Heavy, requesting clearance for pushback and start.
Delta 2417 Heavy, pushback and start approved, tail north.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Right, did that sink our, no it didn't. 3031.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, go ahead. Also for our auto brakes, I'm setting them to RTO.
Approach receiver selected.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Delta 1906.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Delta 1906 Atlanta ground, pushback approved, tail north.
Pushback approved, tail north. Delta 1906.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your Delta flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you so much.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta.
Delta. Delta.
Delta Airlines.
The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So, before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, push the metal tip down. Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of
Operation complete.
we might
Set parking
also
brake.
need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking,
Vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carry-in baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if
Post disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
And pull a mask or streamer down to start the
Rod,
flow of
can you get our
oxygen. Remove
taxi
any face
clearance?
covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust
I'll
the
get our
mask
taxi
if
clearance
necessary.
now.
Breathe normally and note the oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Delta 2417 Heavy ready to taxi. We have Yankee.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case. Life vests are in a compartment
Delta
beneath or adjacent to your
2417.
seat. To use,
Heavy,
remove the vest
runway
from its
27
container
right
by
taxi
pulling on the
via
tab
4
and then
northeast,
opening the pouch.
Foxtrot, 5
Slip the vest
northwest,
over
5
your head.
southwest,
Wrap the
Lima,
strap
Lima,
around
Alpha.
your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lab children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table, footrest, and leg rest. Be sure you fastened your seatbelt low and tight across your lap, carry-on items secured, and armrests are at resting position, or as otherwise indicated on the placard in front of you. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
Approaching 9, left.
Delta 2417, heavy
Approaching
contact tower on 119.1.
Right.
Switching to tower on 119.1. Delta 2417, heavy.
Brian, would you do the takeoff briefing, please?
We'll be departing from runway 27 right. We'll be flying the Varnum 2 departure with an initial climb clearance to 10,000 feet. Transition altitude is 18,000 feet. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile. Weather at departure shows no significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400 feet, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400 feet, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 feet before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We have been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 5255, and departure frequency will be 124.6. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Great. Would you please get our takeoff clearance?
Requesting takeoff clearance now.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 2417, heavy, holding short of runway 27 right, ready to depart.
Delta 2417, heavy Atlanta Tower, runway 27 right, winds 160 at 3. RNAV Sea Park, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 27 right, RNAV Sea Park, cleared for takeoff. Delta 2417, heavy.
Approaching 27 right.
Southwest 436, contact departure on 124.6.
On runway 27 right.
All right, we're confirmed on the right runway. Go. Let's go. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
Delta 2417, heavy contact departure on 124.6.
Switch. Atlanta departure, Delta 2417, heavy, good evening. We're climbing past 2,000. Atlanta departure, Delta 2417, heavy, good evening. We're climbing past 2,000.
Delta 2417, heavy Atlanta departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000 direct Varnum.
Climb and maintain 10,000 direct Varnum, Delta 2417, heavy.
Wow. It's quite the shortcut.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special
heavy climb and maintain
thank you
flight
to
level
each of you,
220.
and welcome back to our SkyMile members and
Climb
Million
and maintain
Milers.
flight level 220,
Your business
Delta
and loyalty are
2417,
greatly
heavy.
appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 50% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertips. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
Delta 2417, heavy, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, Delta 2417, heavy.
Right, 270. Weather looks great on the flight. It'll be a little cold, but not cold as in ice.
Delta 2417, heavy, contact Dobbins radar on 120.225.
Contacting Dobbins radar on 120.225, Delta 2417, heavy. Dobbins radar, Delta 2417, heavy, good evening, climbing through 12000 from flight level 270.
Delta 2417, heavy, Dobbins radar, good evening, Atlanta altimeter 3030.
3030.
2612, contact Atlanta Center on 127.05.
Altimeter 3030, Delta 2417, heavy.
Normally I do it at 18,000, but I'm just going in.
2417, heavy, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, Delta 2417, heavy.
320.
Delta 2417, heavy contact Atlanta Center on 135.0.
Contacting Atlanta Center on 135.0. Delta 2417, heavy.
V speed's going to be 30, flaps 30 at 133 knots. Okay.
Atlanta Center, Delta 2417, heavy. Good evening. We're climbing to 16,000 feet, aiming for flight level 320.
Delta 2417, heavy Atlanta Center. Good evening, Atlanta altimeter 3030.
Altimeter 3030. Delta 2417, heavy.
Okay.
Delta 2417, heavy, climb and maintain flight level 380.
Climb and maintain flight level 380. Delta 2417, heavy. Alright,
we're 220, climb into 380. We're about 466 miles outside of Chicago Midway. With landing lights already off, and we're just on the climb. We're good. We're going to go on runway 04, ILS 04. Delta 2417 is a midway ILS runway 04 available for arrivals.
Delta 2417, heavy runway 04 is not an active runway for arrivals at Midway. Active runways with approaches are 31 left, 22 right, 22 left, and 31 right. Expect the ILS runway 13 left approach is cleared.
Expecting the ILS runway 13 left approach is cleared. Delta 2417, heavy.
I think there is some confusion on the runway. Runway 13 center is 13 left. In fact, I'll check it on the map. I'd be willing to bet. Yep, it's just in the system wrong. That's not a big deal. No, okay, it is a big deal. The chart's wrong though. They need to update that. It's not the kind of confusion you want on an approach. Okay, we can do this.
10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.6. Squawk 2321 Delta 773. 773, read back correct.
It's been a quiet night. Quiet night. It's kind of a quiet flight tonight. Even Atlanta airport was a little bit slow, and I have a feeling some of that has to do with what happened at Louisville. I'm wondering, everybody is, but what they're going to find out. All right, it's quiet, quite quiet. Okay. We're cruising at 380. And we're about 360 miles outside of Midway. making pretty decent time, by the way.
Delta 2417, heavy contact Indianapolis Center on 126.9025.
Switching to Indianapolis Center on 126.9025, Delta 2417, heavy.
Delta 1680, contact Nashville approach on 118.4.
Indianapolis Center, Delta 2417, heavy, good evening. We're at flight level 380.
Delta 2417, heavy, Indianapolis Center, good evening.
I will say this is probably the Boeing 777. I still think it's like the flagship Xplane 12 aircraft. So we're heading about due north right now towards Chicago. So. Accidentally hit this yoke. Definitely let you know that the autopilot's off. Okay. We are get our the latest about 297 miles outside of Chicago Midway. We're going to go ahead and get ready. We're probably 20 minutes from descending. Brian, can you go ahead and do the briefing, the descend and approach briefing?
We'll be arriving at Midway on runway 31 right using the ILS approach. We'll fly the Fisk 7 arrival. Transition level is 8,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 31 right. Weather at arrival shows winds 210 at 15, gusting 25, visibility 10, few clouds at 5,000 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 5255, and approach frequency will be 120.15. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. We're ready for the arrival, Steve.
Delta 2417, what runway are we expecting for our arrival?
Delta 2417, Heavy, expect the ILS runway 31 right approach for arrival at Midway.
Expecting the ILS runway 31 right approach at Midway, Delta 2417, Heavy.
What would you like?
I can bring you some coffee, Captain. Would you like it?
I wouldn't say no.
Would you like it with milk?
Milk, please.
Will do as you ask.
Delta 2417, Heavy, expect the Fisk at 7 arrival. I'll start your descent in about 20 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner.
Expecting the Fisk 7 arrival. We'll wait for the descent instructions or request sooner if needed. Delta 2417, Heavy.
Delta 2417, Heavy, roger, expect the Fisk at 7 arrival. Descend when ready, say requested altitude.
Expecting Fisk 7 arrival. Descend when ready, standing by for requested altitude. Delta 2417, Heavy.
Delta 2417, Heavy, descend via Fisk 7 into Midway, altimeter 3013.
Descend via Fisk 7 into Midway, altimeter 3013. Delta 2417, Heavy.
descents, please prepare the cab for arrival.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent. At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle. Thank you so much. We should be landing in approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
No, it's going to be a little more than that. Okay, slow and steady descent. The one thing I think when you're on VNav on the 777, and you try to like initiate the descent, even if you hit descend now in the FMC, it will follow the exact numbers that it sees on the flight plan. So you basically have to do it like a pilot normally would, which is use vertical speed. And we're at about 1,000 feet per minute now, vertical. We got plenty. I think we're in good shape. Wow, we're in great shape. So slow this down. Yeah, the minute. Like right now, the waypoint truly is 330, 309, 30,000. And it still wants to like climb. If I just put it back on VNav, so I can't trust VNav right now.
Please say the frequency again, 0 Mike Papa. Citation 0 Mike Papa, contact Indianapolis Center on 134.275.
Taxi Terminal 1 JP20 via Mike 21, Mike 14, hold short runway 25 center, then Lima 9, November 5, thanks. Lufthansa 4.2.
Okay. Alright, so we're still on the descend right now. We'll be descending for a while. But yeah, so on my flight, my FMC, like trolley is 30,000, and then going is 26,000. But I was trying to see if it would simply descend down to the waypoint trolley, and then pick up a managed descent, but it's not working that way right now. I'll see. I'm not giving up on it though. Alright, seems to be, I'm back on VNav now. It seems to be maintaining 30,000. It's not trying to climb. Okay. Better. Excuse me. Alright, we're maintaining 30,000. We're at 185 miles outside of Chicago.
Spiritwings 2339 requesting further descent.
Spiritwings 2339, descend and maintain 16,000 feet.
And I know 16,000, Spirit 2339. Approaching 16,000.
Alright. 165. Slow, steady descent.
Delta 2417, heavy, contact Indianapolis Center on 124.525.
Contacting Indianapolis Center on 124.525, Delta 2417 heavy. Indianapolis Center, Delta 2417 heavy evening. We're descending to flight level 250.
Delta 2417 heavy, Indianapolis Center, good evening.
Slow, steady descent. It's good.
Indianapolis Center, good afternoon. Spirit Wings 1013 with you. Flight level 178, climbing for flight level 290.
Spirit Wings 1013, Indianapolis Center, good evening.
Flight level 370 for Spirit Wings 1013.
Delta 2417. Heavy, Indianapolis Center. Contact Chicago Center on 121.05. Contacting Chicago Center on 121.05. Delta 2417. Heavy.
All right.
Chicago Center, Delta 2417. Heavy, good evening. We're descending to flight level 200.
Delta 2417, Heavy, Chicago Center, good evening. Cleveland Center on 128.625.
Over to Cleveland Center at 128.625. Southwest up.
We're on our approach now.
Delta 2417, Heavy Chicago Center, contact Chicago approach on 128.2.
Contacting Chicago approach on 128.2, Delta 2417, Heavy. Chicago approach, Delta 2417, Heavy evening, maintaining 1,000 feet.
Delta 2417, Heavy Chicago approach, good evening, Midway, altimeter 29er, 89er. Expect the ILS, runway 31 right, approach into Midway.
Altimeter 29er, 89er, expecting ILS, runway 31 right, approach into Midway. Delta 2417, Heavy.
Ron, let's do one more approach briefing.
We'll be arriving at Midway on runway 31 right using the ILS approach. We'll fly the Fisk 7 arrival. Transition level is 8,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 31 right. Weather at arrival shows winds 210 at 15, gusting 25, visibility 10, few clouds at 25,000 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 5255, and approach frequency will be 128.2. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. We're ready for the arrival, Steve.
Superstar 1 Charlie Tango, contact Chicago Center on 120.35.
Westwood 6657.
All right. Still a slow, steady descent. We're at flaps 1 right now. We're about 49 miles outside of Midway.
Delta 2417, heavy descend and maintain 5200. Turn left heading 295 vectors for the ILS runway 31 right approach.
Descend and maintain 5200. Left heading 295 for vectors to the ILS runway 31 right approach. Delta 2417, heavy.
Right, 40 miles out.
2417, heavy proceed direct runs. Descend and maintain 2500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 31 right approach.
Proceeding direct run. Descend and maintain 2500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 31 right approach. Delta 2417. Heavy.
What can I do for you?
Prepare cabin. We are landing soon.
Will do.
1000.
Delta 2417, heavy, contact Midway Tower on 135.2.
Contacting Midway Tower on 135.2, Delta 2417, heavy.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Midway Tower, Delta 2417, heavy evening established on the ILS for runway 31 right approach.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Delta 2417, heavy, Midway Tower, roger, continue approach, runway 31 right.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
500.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
400.
Delta 2417, heavy, Midway Tower, winds 210 at 15, gusting 25. Runway 31 right, cleared to land.
Terrain. Caution.
Runway 31 right, cleared to land.
Caution,
Delta
terrain.
2417,
Caution,
heavy.
Terrain. Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain.
Flight slow. 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 Flight slow.
Southwest 913, welcome to Midway. Contact ground on 118.075.
Flight slow.
118.075.
Flight slow.
Cessna 481, contact departure. Over to departure, Cessna 481.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Two hundred. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
1,000 feet remaining. 1,000 feet
Delta 2417,
remaining.
heavy contact ground on 118.075.
Really fastened until the captain has parked
Switching
the
to ground
aircraft
on
at the gate
118.075, Delta 2417.
This will be your one and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and move
Midway
about
ground,
the cabin.
Delta 2417, heavy evening, cleared of
Please be
runway,
reminded
ready
to
to
use
taxi
caution
to the
when
gate.
opening the overhead bins to prevent
Midway
injury
ground,
from
Delta
articles that may have
2417,
shifted
heavy
during
evening,
landing.
cleared of runway, ready to taxi to the gate.
You may now use your mobile phones and other
Delta
handheld electronic
2417,
devices
heavy
while
midway
taxiing to the
ground,
gate.
taxi to gate 4
However,
via
your
November,
laptop
Papa,
computers
hold
and
short
hardware
of runway
electronics
22
must
right,
remain
then
stowed.
Papa, hold short of runway 22 left, then Tango, Tango 3. Good
We
evening.
invite you to visit delta.com for all your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your SkyMiles account.
Gate 4 via
If
November,
any of you should
Papa.
have questions
Hold short
regarding
of runway
ground
22
transportation,
right, then
baggage
Papa,
claim,
hold short of runway 22 left, then Tango, Tango
or any
3.
other information,
Delta
a uniformed Delta agent
2417,
leading this
heavy.
flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. On behalf of Delta Sky Team, our global partners, and flight crew, we'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival, please.
Approaching
Cross check and all call.
2 right. Runway. Approaching runway.
Must be a Southwest hub.
Approaching 2 left.